Hello everybody, my name is Brian Locke and welcome to Maker Monday. How is everyone doing? Hello to Gary and hello to Hassiter or Michael. So today I was thinking we'd continue where we left off last week and keep trying to make a web interface to draw on the LED Matrix display. So I was doing a little bit more drawing on my one. It's hard to get it to look right, but that is the Instructables robot because I'm in the middle of writing up an Instructables for it. And yeah, so the same thing I was talking about last week. This is done. Let me try fix the white balance and the exposure. This is done using me drawing on paint.net and then converting the image. But wouldn't it be nicer if we could just draw directly on screen? That would be nice. So where we left off last week, if I remember right, if I look at my screen share, so we had this WebSockets with display. I haven't actually put this up on GitHub. I will hopefully do it tomorrow, or maybe tonight. We'll see. So yeah, it's basically using a simple WebSocket server and then the LED Matrix library, the PX Matrix library that 2DOM has written. And so what it's doing is it's listening for the Arduino is working, or the ESP8266, which if you're not familiar with it is a Wi-Fi enabled Arduino board. It is running a WebSocket server and it's listening for coordinates and colors. So anytime it receives a message, it'll parse out the message, what's before the first comma, what's after the first comma, and what's after the second comma. And so that will be the X, Y, and color, and it will draw that on screen. So let's make sure that that's working okay. I'll click the upload button if I'm right COM port, and so you bought a 3D printer, Michael. Congratulations. I hope you have good success with it. I never, as I've talked about before, I never really used mine as much as I should have. Hoping to get more into it now. That's I'm hoping to do a lot of things. If you're following me on Twitter today, I assembled a new desk. So I'm kind of in the middle of just it's really dark down there. It's not actually that dark. Let me just turn on my phone's flashlight. That's doing absolutely nothing. Let me rotate this light around maybe. It's not doing a whole lot either. Yeah, so I used to have a bookshelf here, and so I've replaced it with a long desk instead to give me more room for activities. And so that should be fun, hopefully. So yeah, I'm still in the middle of kind of doing up my office. So like anything that you can't see is basically a bomb site. So there's the bookshelf in front of the window, and the floor. I'm not even going to show you the floor because it's bad. So Hey, good evening, Mike. Hope you enjoyed the good weather. As rare as it is. It seems a little bit dark on the display. or on the webcam. It's hopefully a bit better. Yeah, so what we were doing the last time was we were using this plugin. That's my Twitter. Nothing too bad there. Called Simple WebSocket Client. I do not remember my IP address, so I'll reset the board so it'll display me my IP address. Hopefully, it's 192.168.1.31. So we went in here and it was 192.168.1.31, and it also required the port number. So we'll click open. Now we need to remember the pixel commands. So it's definitely a couple of them. Let me just open a recent one. This LED Instructables. I'll just grab that one. And we'll grab a color from that. So a lot of this color, which I presume is yellow. Let's see here. So 1.1, so that should put it here. Yeah, that should put it here. So that top left one would be 0, 0. It's very bright. Maybe it needs to be like that. I don't know. Exposure. Drop it down. Okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, so the very top left one would be 0, 0. So 1, 1 would be in, down 1 and across 1. And then we'll put in this color. And we'll see what happens. Alright, so that is a form of a yellow. You can't see that as much, but yeah, trust me, it's yellowish at least. Hey, Obiger, or how would you like me to pronounce that? Obreger. Not enough vowels in that name for me to know how to pronounce it. Yeah, so this is working fine, and what we want to do now is to add like a web interface in front of this so we can actually change the color. I was actually hoping to do a little bit of work on this, not on the stream first, just to kind of get some of the more boring parts out of the way, but we are where we are. So yeah, oops, let's see, let me just go back to desk of me for a second. So David Watts actually sent me the code for his pixel grid the last day, and I think that would be a good starting point to play around with. Okay, seems so. Let's take a look at that. Just make sure. I'm just gonna open it and make sure that he doesn't have anything he doesn't want seen in it, because I haven't actually opened it yet. So I'm just launching Atom at the moment and navigating to the folder. Yeah, I don't know if I've actually used WebSockets with JavaScript before, so it's all new to me, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Let's see, that would be in downloads, Wi-Fi pixel grid. That is a minimized JQ color picker, right? That is fine. And then The rest of it should be good. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at that. So I'll look at what he has and see what we need to do to modify it. So, okay, screen share, we can get rid of the desk for now. Not needed. Let me make this font a little bit bigger. That would be in settings, I'm sure. Editor. Font size, let me make that 18. 18, you done? Why is it blinking? You done with 18? Yep, okay, so that's worked. Right, so this is a pretty simple website. It's pulling in jQuery, and JQ Color Picker is obviously a library that somebody's written to give a color picker option, which is useful. Let's actually just open this file in Chrome. So this is what it looks like at the moment. So here's the color picker up the top, so we can change to whatever colors that we want, and then we can draw on this. So what actually might be a kind of cool idea is, so my LED matrix needs to be way bigger than this. So this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a 10 by 10 square, but I need to have 64 by 32. But that is kind of boring. The more interesting thing would be to get this working. So I'm going to try, where is my desk? I'm going to try just map what this grid is here to the first 10 by 10 pixels up the top. So look, I'm sure all of you who are watching are familiar with David's channel. I can't imagine the Venn diagram of people who are familiar with me and people who are familiar with David Watts. I can't imagine there's too many who are solo in my camp. Like, this big thanks to David for sharing his code for this. So check out his channel there. I just posted it in the chat. So yeah, thanks to him, we'll hopefully get some more interesting things done faster. So in his code, the 10 by 10 grid is hard coded. What we will probably do in the future would be to make this configurable in terms of, like, we could just copy and paste another like however many we need. But if we created these elements using JavaScript or something dynamic, we could, or maybe even use templating like Mustache or something. We could say, hey, give me a grid that's 32 by 64 or whatever, 16 by 16 or whatever we wanted, and it could generate the size that it needs to be, and things like that. So that's fine. The other thing that we need to look at is the color that comes out of this. The color that comes out of JQ Color Picker is an RGB value. So like it seems to be like 256, 255, 255, 255. So as you can see, here's pretty blue. I can't get that any bluer than that, but let me get rid of that. Make that 4-0. So that's blue. And that's not what we need. We need it in hex, and it's also only 4 characters long. So like red is not FF. You know, sometimes you see the colors represented by like the first two characters are red, so like to get red it would be FF0000. That's not what it is for us. It's like F7 is red, and so we need to convert this number across, or maybe we can just get the right value out of JQ color picker. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll see. So this is creating a map, a click function for text I append text to. That's yeah, okay, so that's that is for when you click create index there, that creates an array of the different colors, so you'd be able to paste this into your code. It's not what we're looking to do, but that's fine. We can work around that. So this is what we this is where we want to jump in on. So this is basically saying, hey, so I'm not super familiar with jQuery, but I know a little bit about it, so I'll try talk about it the best I can. But this is basically saying, so the dollar is jQuery. This is saying anything that has the class, so the dot says that this is a class, div table cell. So you can see it here, div table cell. So all of these have div table cell as its class. So I want you to attach the following listener to all of them. So dot click, so when it's clicked. So I'm not actually sure if that works on a touch screen then. It doesn't matter anyways. We'll be using it with a mouse for now. So what it does is I want you to attach a listener to this, and when somebody clicks on one of those div table cells, call this function, and what it does is gets the color value from the color class object, which I presume is the color picker up the top. Yep, so it has this input as a color class. So it gets the value for that, and then sets the background color of the element that was just clicked. So if you have, like, yeah, we've seen it here already. So if I select red up here, and now so I'm clicking this and it's changing that to be red. So what we want to do as well as change it red, we want to send a WebSocket message to our board to say, hey, I got this and I want you to update it. Yeah, that will do, hopefully. Okay, so well, one thing that we need to figure out is we need to be able to attach an index to these things. So you know, so each cell, you know, at the moment it has ID cell 100. So that uniquely identifies it, but we need to be able to send, like, if cell 100 is clicked, we would want that to send 99 and then whatever the color is. So we need to figure a way of doing that. So I guess I could just add kind of special properties to it, right? HTML, add, I don't know, custom attributes. answer is in HTML5 it is totally valid to have custom attributes prefixed with data. Okay, cool. So that looks like we can do that. So let me just show you here. So we are using HTML5, so that's fine. So we can add custom attributes to it. If you're using jQuery already, you should leverage the data method. Yeah, the problem is that I want to do this. I'm not really using jQuery to create the elements, so I can't really use that. So I need to do it on the. Okay, so let's try to get one of them working. Atom beautify. Can you beautify this atom? No. Style. I don't know. That's fine. Okay, so what I was thinking about doing is we could add data y chord. So this is on the row. So that's going to be the same for all of these. So what we can do is when a button is clicked, we can actually get its parent element, which will be this div, and we can get the data y coordinate from that. So we can set one y coordinate for all of them. So let's set that to be, it's going to be 9 for this guy, and let's set let's grab this. So I've highlighted one thing and I'm pressing Control D, and this is highlighting all the rows then. So it's kind of a cool way of highlighting many things at once. X chord. Let's change that to capital. So that's going to be 0, 1, 2. Hey Greg, how's it going? It is well and truly our evening, but it is well and truly your morning, and it's Tuesday for you. Okay, cool. So that should give us that. So now let's create a function, and let's pass in an element. Function. Yeah, so it's called a send WebSocket message. We still need to worry about that. Let's get it printed out the correct thing first. So I'm going to pass in the element. So that's going to be whatever was clicked. So the first thing we need to do from that then is what we were looking at here, which was data dash internal ID. So okay, we have that here. So this would give me my X coord is $, or passing in element to be data, and then it's X coord. So that should give me that. Now to get my y coordinate, it would be y core element. It's going to be that parent, I think, and then data. Let me just double check with that. jQuery get parent element. It is just parent, and this would be y coordinate. And for the moment, let's just print out what we have here. So console.log. Hey Dave, good evening to you. So we have x chord a web dev session. Kind of. It's still what we were working on last week, Greg, but I guess we're at the stage where we need to do some web development to give ourselves a UI to send messages to the board to say like, hey, I want you to change that one to be whatever color. So I'm guessing, to be honest, today it will be mostly web stuff. So if that's not your thing, I'm sorry, but we will need to do it. Cool. Yeah, so that will hopefully print off whatever we want to print off. So this is our div table cell. Let's move this out here. Send WebSocket message, and we will pass in this. So this, in this context, is whatever clicked the button, or whatever was clicked. So it'll be one of these guys here. So yeah, let's see if that works now. I'm pretty hopeful it will. So we just need to refresh the page. I'll bring up my let's get rid of my desk. Bring up console. Yeah, you can see it there. So hopefully when I click on one of these buttons, it'll print out. So it'll only work on this last row actually, because I only added those extra coordinates to these last rows. So hopefully it'll print out undefined. So okay, off to a bad start. Data internal ID. I wonder, did I do something wrong with that? Reminder, in order to retrieve the data 1337, be sure to remove data from the variable name, for example, $this.data internal ID. Let's just double check here. Data-x chord. So that looks like it should be okay. I'm looking for element.data-x chord. That's what they say to look for. So let's take a look at my body. And can you see that? Not great. So yeah, so that's the stuff there. So interesting. Let's do this. So $. So again, that's getting jQuery, I believe, using the pound symbol or hashtag. Lets me use an ID, although I think I need to do it like that. So that's getting me to cell 100. And what I want to do is see, does it have that attribute on it, and am I losing it? So it's this data set. Hello, I can't see your name. Blueprint 3D. How's it going? Yeah, so that's interesting. So data set is there. Has jQuery changed? jQuery data set. It's dot data, and you pass in. Yeah. Yeah. You can watch me struggle with it too now, Greg. Feel free to post your channel in the chat as well, Greg. Yeah, actually it probably is case sensitive. Oh, it does. It looks like it's ignoring uppercase. Yes. Even though I have it set here as uppercase, it's seems to be doing its own thing, so that's probably the problem. Good spot, Melmoth, thank you. So let's change that there. Let's change that there, and let's change that there. I've actually never used this dot data before, so be interesting to see if it works out. Seems like an okay solution to the problem that we have. If it works. Is it that one? Nope. Too many windows open. So let's reload this page. Xcord is not defined. Okay. Oh, I changed the wrong thing, did I? Yeah. Oops. So that variable name is still capitalized, so let's keep it that way, I suppose. And it's working better than it was, I guess. And did that work out for us? And it did. So you can see that was 99, that's 09, so that's perfect. That gives us our coordinates there. So now we need to get the color and convert it to what we want to convert it to. So what is this format? It's what? It's hexadecimal, but what is it? 4 bits? Is it 4-bit color format? 4-bit hexadecimal color. Is that right? Four-digit hex colors. It's 4-bit per color. I am not 100% sure. Byte, 4 byte. Byte hexadecimal color. Didn't really change much. 8-digit. It's not, it's 4. I want to do the opposite of this, but anyways. To convert hex string to a numeric value. We're back into the color game. No, you see, that's that other type of hexadecimal value. Maybe the library actually gives me a clue to what it is, because doesn't it draw pixel? Display that draw pixel. What are we looking at? So basically what we're looking at is that this is the format for color that the library expects. So if I pass in F70011, pretty sure that's red there. Doesn't seem like the thing is listening anymore, or it doesn't seem like it's working anymore. Or maybe I'm just not passing in the right thing, because there we go. So F8 is red. So I need to convert this RGB value to so like when I have red here 255, I need to convert that to F8. The library wants a 16-bit color representation. Is that what it is? 16-bit. F. So yeah, it looks like it's it looks like it is 16-bit, and I guess one of the colors is going to get an extra bit then, because that doesn't break down evenly, right? So it's probably something like 565. And is it green that gets the... So it is, okay, 16-bit color RGB to 16-bit color. Yeah, so well, this one says it's... I think what you're looking for is RGB 565. That does sound like what I'm looking for. So there's an online tool I can use. Thank you, Dave. Let's take a look at that. So yeah, I'm going to try convert that. Where is my... Better not show my Twitch dashboard on screen. I don't know if I'm meant to do that or not. I'm pretty sure I'm not meant to. Oh, Melmoth has got me here. Return or... Okay, so he's just bit shifting. Okay. That is useful about... So what is that doing? Okay, so let's create a new function. Convert RGB convert color to RGB 565. And I guess I'm going to take in a color here. That's what we'll return. Okay, so what is he done? So pass 8-bit RGB to get back 16-bit packed color. Do I have those bitwise operands in JavaScript, I presume? I do. JavaScript bitwise operators. The unconference was really good, actually. Yeah, I met some really interesting people at it, and also there were some really interesting talks too. I wasn't super happy with how mine went, but that's fine. I'll live with it. Okay, so we can do all this left shifting and stuff like that. So okay. So, okay, that's passing in 255. Is that right though? Like if I pass in 255 here. Okay, yeah, no, that's right. It's 8-bit for each. Okay, let's give this a go. Exactly as it is. So what do we have up here? We have get RGB. RGB. So if it's 2, 2, 2, so I'm just kind of thinking. I have it as a 20. 4 digits is 16, so 6 digits is 24. So I have it as a 24-bit hex. Or 24-bit hex value, and I'd have to convert it to RGB to get out the individual things. So is there just an easier way to convert 24-bit color to 16-bit color? JavaScript. Or maybe I can set the color picker. Can I? I'll just go with the RGB stuff anyways. Okay, so Dave even is breaking out the RGB here. So I'm going to steal what he's doing. Because why wouldn't I? Where is he getting get RGB from? He's using it here for CVal, which is the background color. Okay. Yep, I can do that too. So I have color value here. Okay, so that's the color value, and so let's send that in. Will we I can just grab it again like this. I already have it, so let's pass it in. Color val. So let's change that up here to color val. And let's do this. Convert, blah, 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 blah. We'll pass in color val. And now I'm gonna borrow the work that David has done, and I'm getting great mileage out of your stuff, Dave. Thanks a lot. Okay, so match 1 is my R. Match 2 is my G. And match 3 is my B. I might need to make these numbers. JavaScript convert text to number. Yeah, I'll just throw these in a parse int. I'm not 100% sure if I need them, but couldn't hurt. It's just that, so this is regular expression matching. So the brackets up here are saying that I'm looking for a digit between that's either 1 to 3 digits long. So the /d says any digit or any number, and it's either 1, 2, or 3 long, basically one of those. Yeah, and then the fact that it's in brackets here says that's one of the match targets I'm looking for, and then they have this, or he has the same here as well. Not sure exactly what's happening after that, but let's not worry about that. So we'll do some parse inting here again on the last one, and we'll see what we get out. And I guess val converted color equals this. That's not val, it's var. And let's print that out. See how we get on. Okie dokie. See how we did. String is not defined. Whoops. That is my bad. Should be color, right? What's passed in here is a string. Yep. Okay. My bad. Let's reload the page. We'll go again. 41440. I guess I need to print that out as hex. JavaScript print hex. Convert number. Okay. There will be numbers when they come out, as far as I know. Get RGB. Just kicked out XXXXX. I control it into a neopixel parse. Will remove the zeros from the beginning. Parse int will remove the zeros from the beginning. That should be okay, I hope. Or I would have thought well, if it's numbers, I want to convert that to hex, right? So I think what I'm looking up there is more along the lines of what I need. So it's my number 2 string. Just misses the parsing. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Parse int will remove the zeros from the beginning. Is my number too big? That's coming out though. 41440. Decimal to hex. A1E0. Okay, I have no idea, is that right? Let's get an easy one. Red. 63488. That's correct. Let's try blue. Converted color is 31. That looks like it could be okay. Then let's try this. '16. Very good year. That's 7E0. Which I'm not sure. That could be okay. So let me try 25, 25, 25. It's white. 6555. I think we're doing okay, to be honest, because the bitwise stuff should be moving it along. It's not yeah, I think we're doing okay, to be honest. Like, so white 255255 gives me 65535, which if you convert to hex is 4Fs, which is correct. The red color gave me 41440. 41440. Let me type that correctly. 41440, which gave me. Sorry, that was wrong. It was the 63488. That gave me F800, which is also correct. So I think we're okay. The fact I need to convert it to hex though, that is one problem. So I may as well do that as part of my numbers a terrible name. Color int equals blah blah blah, and then I'll return color int dot, what was it, print or something? It was something weird. To string. To string 16, and I think that should be us good. So let's reload the page. And so let's Hey Subtix, how's it going? No, not at all. So we're just making a web interface for this LED matrix, and we are so we took some code from David Watts, and we're basically going to draw on this grid here, and we're going to use a WebSocket to send when that pixel changes on the grid across to this one, so we can kind of draw on it almost in real time. So well, if the UI looks good, you can thank David Watts for it, because I didn't do anything with it. Yeah, thanks again, David. Okay, so let's test that out. Or we already clicked white, so let's see. Yeah, converted color FFF. All good. Probably need to put in the 0x, but that's fine. Cool. So now I just need to learn how to use a WebSocket. WebSocket JavaScript. I have looked at this before, so I don't have a protocol optional, so do I set up the connection once, I assume. There has to be an example here, sending data. WebSocket on open. Okay, so let's just do that. So I'm just going to do it loose in this script tag here. I am going to create a var. That's already done. Example WebSocket. So that's going to be the IP address of my board. If we look at here, we already have that. So let's grab that and throw it here. Yes, I believe so. I guess there's probably other things to it. I'd say it has a bigger overhead than a regular TCP socket. I'm not 100% sure though. So that should hopefully connect us. I don't need to do anything else there, do I? Yeah, that should be fine. And then I can just do example, let's send. Okay, let's give that a go. Example socket. So oops, dot send no. Is it that just dot send? I lost myself there. Yep. Okay, and it's going to be X chord. Like I might make this a string outside of here. Message equals. So let's pass in my X chord. Okay. Plus comma. Message plus Y chord with a comma, and then it's message. I guess I need to put in my 0x. Not 100% sure if I do need to do that. We'll see. Yeah, I should. You're right. Let's make it a little bit cleaner. I don't know if I need this 0x, but we'll put it in for the moment and we'll see how it works out. Convert color. And then it should just be a case of send message. Ugh. Okay. I have a good feeling about this. I think this will work. Maybe, I don't know. Unexpected identifier. It didn't work because I didn't put in a plus. Okay. Back here. Let's get this guy back up. Okay, that's better. All right. It looks pretty yellow, but to be honest, it isn't the best at doing different colors anyways. Oh, we're not looking at the console anymore, Dave. We're going straight to the good stuff. So that's a solid red. So the reason it's dancing subtext is so it doesn't look like that on my screen, or sorry, my screen. I keep saying my screen. It doesn't look like that in person to me at all, but I think the problem is that it is it's PWM of a few different colors, and like just the refresh rate of my camera and it is not playing together very well. So as I mentioned, like, to me it looks like kind of a dark yellow. Now what color it was on this was brown, so that's also a problem, but yeah, it looks fine to me other than that. Oh, didn't like what I did there. Not a number, not a number, not a number. 0, oops. Yeah. I didn't actually notice on my screen, but thanks for the follow, Thanos, if you're still watching. So there's blue, and that looks pretty blue. So we got 2 blue. Let's put in an red, a row of reds, and let's finish it off with a bit of green. Hey, that looks pretty good. Yeah. So what are we time we at? 10:30. Oh. Streamlabs is slower than my email notifications apparently. So that looks like I can read the future. Yes, that's what happened. Blue looks more purple. It does on this, doesn't it? Which is kind of weird because that's just like, that's as blue as it gets. Like, that's literally saying, hey, I want to set the background color to be 00255. But yeah. What can you do? Oh, you can't see that, but like, oops. Oh. Just trust me, the background color says 00255. Okay, so now what might be good is we could make this more dynamic. So if we created the elements in JavaScript, we could tell it, hey, I want 64 columns and 32 rows. And we could see how that goes. Okay. Will we do that next, I guess? Why not? Kind of seems like the missing piece of our puzzle. Okay, so what is the format of this? There is a big div table body, which we're going to keep. Okay, and then there's div with classes table rows, and for need a grid with gaps for WYSIWIG. I have no idea what that means. Yes, automate that, please. You mean the this part here? Yeah, I'm definitely not just combining more of them together. That's for sure. What you see is what. Oh yeah, what you see is what you get. Okay, I get you. Yeah, so you want like little gaps so it looks more like it does on this. No. I'll open source this and one of you can do that. Oh, actually, that's something as well. Just in case you're confused to why I keep saying ye. Ye is Irish slang, I guess, for the plural of you. So, like, you is plural or can be plural. Like, you should all go to the shop or whatever. Like, you can address a group of people by you. But in Ireland, we would address a group of people by ye. So it's Y-E is how you would spell it, even though you should never spell it because it's not proper English. But we are where we are. Okay, so cool. Let's do this. So let's create a function called create grid, and it will have rows and columns. Did I spell that right? Columns. Yep. Those columns. Okay, so for int I equals 0, I is less than rows, y'all. Yeah, I guess it is kind of like, well, y'all is actually you all. I guess, yeah, I guess it's the same as that. But yeah. I've never really thought about it too much, to be honest. Ye old Greg. Yeah, that's how it's spelled, anyways. That's interesting though. Okay, so that should get me my rows, and now let's change this to columns, and we'll change this to be change that to J. Right. Okay, so in here again, I haven't used I checked the spelling of columns off screen. jQuery create element. Okay. Add elements. Append, prepend. That's true. Why am I using that? Row col. Yeah. Well, it's not exactly a row and a col. If I was doing a for each of row objects, then I would call that row. But like, for this to be correct, it should be like row index, which I guess is better than I. And this would be column index. And I better change this one to be it as well. Column index. guess that does give a more descriptive name of what that number actually represents. Append inserts content at the end of the selected element. Well, I want to make it a child. jQuery create element. Right, so it is append. Ugh. I was using them. I agree with your subtext if you had a collection of rows that when you for each through that it should be row, because that's what it is. Is there a bot command? Turn off. Sorry, there isn't. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, the bot command is if you just message me in the chat, I'll do it. Yeah, I must set up that. Surely it would just be abused though if I made it like configurable via surely it would just be abused if I made it configurable being yeah, brain bot. Yeah, this, I don't know, this makes more sense to me. Okay, so okay, so document.create element. Now I need to give this ID equals I guess div table body parent. I don't know. Div table body. I know it's the same as the class, but it should be fine. So that gets me that. So I don't want anything in text. Ugh. Class, what do I want class to be called? Div table row. Alright, so that gives me that. I would really prefer to have a reference to it though. So let's do that. Row document.create element. Right, so that gives me that. Okay, and that should append that. Okay. Now we are doing this column. It's creating element. We're passing in column. Its class is I don't know. I don't like just putting it in as a big string. I don't know why. This isn't something I do a lot of, so whether this will work now, I don't know. Ooh, we have to get fancy here. Oh, excuse me. I need to find out if I can use my data thing. Append that attribute. Class name. Add class text. I don't know. I find some of these examples are pretty bad. That's fine. So what is the first input is the HTML, and then you can pass in attributes. Okay. Let's just try data xcord. Data xcord, and then this will be column index. I don't really need ID, I don't think. Do I? Is it used anywhere? No, it's not. So I don't really care. I need to give it this NSBCSP in its body. I guess I can just do this, right? Append to missing a comma in 193. Maybe I should just do what you're saying, Dev, because this is messy. And I'm missing a comma. Because I'm just looking at this example here, and it's just a big load of stuff. Then append straight to there, which seems to work okay, so I might just do that. So this is that. Does it, do they use double? Okay. This would need to be this. Column index. I'll leave out ID because I don't care. What's wrong here? Oops, wrong thing. Yeah, okay. I use single quotes to insert stuff. Right, Dev, thanks for joining. Yeah, I need to go to bed pretty soon too. It's my first day of my new job tomorrow. Okay, so I don't need that anymore, but I do need to append it to row. Will that work? What do we think? Will this work? I suppose I should probably keep the two things pretty similar. So let's div class table row. And we're appending to this. Get rid of this. Ooh, I need a row. I presume this will return me the original element. Huh? Append to body. Oh, you're right too. I need to put y coord in the row object. Good suggestion. Var row equals this. And let's do. I think I could have kept them on the same line, but sure, it's fine. Does it not like that? That should be fine. Scrap all of this. And this is row index and y coord. And that should be it. Div tag of row not closed. Of row. Oh yes. Yes, 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 yes. You are right. Okay. So I should be able to. What is it? Document unload or something? What is it? jQuery unload $document ready. So this is just basically when the UI is loaded up, we're gonna do this create grid. I'm gonna create a 32 by 64 grid. See how that works out. And I'm going to get rid of from here down. So it's rows and columns, so it should be 32 by 64. Yeah, I use TypeScript in work subtext. Sorry, I used to use TypeScript in work because I don't work on that team anymore. Starting tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe it should be columns or columns and rows mixed around. Yeah, because it should be 64 by 32. That's how the thing is described. So 64 by 32. Okay. Will this work? Who knows? It's gonna be huge if it does. Didn't work. Unexpected identifier. Interesting. What's wrong with that? So the unexpected identifier is here. If row index is less than that, row index plus plus. Then I need to open. Oh, int. What is int? Thank you, Dev. I actually figured that out by myself. I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, let's see. Is that our problem? It is a problem. Seems to be more down than let's see how this works out anyways. I don't know if I restart the board, will it let them work anyways, so let's find out what's wrong with that. Generally looks pretty good. Data Y chord. Yeah, that looks all fine. Why are they not square? I presume there is something telling it to not overflow, because it's not. I don't have a scroll bar on the bottom, so let's try to get a scroll bar on the bottom, I guess. Div table overflow x auto, right? Isn't it auto? It's not fixed me. No. Let's overflow y. Nope. Is it this guy that needs to have it? Overflow auto. I don't know. Maybe div table. It does have a width of 50px, but it's not adhering to it. Display table row. Ah, snap. Element style width 100%. I don't know. We'll figure that out at some stage. Something's stopping it from going wider than the screen, though. Yeah, I'm sure it's just an overflow thing or something. Display block width 100%. There we go. We have a scroll bar now, but we still don't have. They're still not square. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Let's get them working. Is our next problem. Within the containing box. Could be. I set them all to 100% there, and it didn't change it, so let's not worry about that for the moment. We can style that up later. I'm more concerned about the fact that it doesn't work. It could be that the listener is getting done. Yeah, this is probably what the problem is, that the grid gets created on document.ready and the click listener only gets is added all the time straight away, so that's probably the problem. So I can probably do this, I think. So that's basically saying, like, add that listener after I've created all of them. That's probably the problem. Okay, cool. So a clearer button would be pretty nice too, because I have this plus me. Okay, let's not use brown. Let's black it out first anyways. So it's actually quite responsive. Like, I don't know if you can probably hear my click better than like it's pretty much instant. I don't know where them ones are. There they are. No, where are you? There, found it. Okay. Alright, so let's go up. We got red, proper red. If I zoom out, no, now we got squares. I just needed to manually zoom out. So actually, if I just make them be 25 by 25 pixels. Clear button certainly is missing. That would definitely be one of the next features. Let's just make the CSS for it smaller. So let's make it 20 by 20 for the div table cells. Okay, so they're nice and small there. Let's show you what I see. So that's now like not zoomed in or anything. So so I can I need to change that event. Click is fine, but I think it should be like on mouse down or something. On mouse down. Dragging, yeah, dragging doesn't work at the moment. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that before. So I don't know if any are on Reddit, but like last year Reddit did something called Our Place, for let's not worry about that. We'll fix it again some other time. Reddit did something called Our Place, which was like a big giant pixel grid. I don't think it was that big though. It was like 10,000 by 10,000 pixels, or was it 1,000 by 1,000 pixels? It was smaller than I remember. Or it was smaller than I thought, if I remember right. I was thinking of like trying to do that, like Our Place in real life. Like create a YouTube stream or something, because Twitch doesn't let you stream when you're not the primary focus. Like you need to be interacting with the viewers either with video or with audio. But like to make like just this live stream that wouldn't it be nice if I could right click to delete? So that's definitely one for a future thing. But yeah, so Our Place, like to let people like draw on it. And yes, I think you're right, Subtix. I think we would see a lot of phallic drawings for sure. So yeah, that'd be interesting though, at least. So we could definitely make a lot of improvements to this. Dragging would be needed, because I presume you can hear me clicking away here, but like it's a good start though. I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna run out of space probably, but sure, that's how life goes sometimes. Definitely gonna run out of space because M's are hard to draw. Oh, sugar. Oh no, this is looking okay. Yay! Looks kind of terrible, but yeah. Okay, I think that's a good start. I think we could definitely host this in the ESP as well. I definitely don't see any problems with that. Yeah, so P5JS. I don't know what P5JS is. P5JS. Client-side library for creating. Never heard of that before. Interesting. Yeah, so I guess yeah, over the next couple of days I'll put up the code for this on GitHub. I need to find out what the story is of David too, though, because the web interface is his code, or at least, you know, it's heavily based on his code. So like I don't want to release anything without talking to him first, anyways. But yeah. So yeah, we'll make this into a project for sure. I did a stream on Saturday talking about what I wanted to like I have a project that I'm working on at the moment to do with the ESP32 and Telegram and Google Maps API. I want to try enter an Instructables competition that closes at the end of this month with that. So I'll probably be focused on that for the next while. I have one video finished to do with Raspberry Pis that I will probably release this week. But other than that, I'll probably do a mailbag, I'd say. I still need to actually edit the one from SciQ. But my main focus for the next couple of weeks will be finishing that ESP32 project, so I can enter that Instructables. But after that, then and maybe even like I continue to do this on like Monday streams or whatever, to just keep working on this. So I guess yeah, the next thing I would like to sort out would be the drag. It really needs the dragon. You really need to be able to drag for this to be useful, and then the other thing would be to host it on the ESP, which should be pretty straightforward, to be honest. Like it should just be a case of like if you're familiar with the string literal method of web interfaces, like I should just be able to drop the HTML code exactly on it, or even using the Spiff's web server. I should be able to drop those two files, so the JS file and the HTML on, and it should just work. Just once you actually point the WebSocket to like your own IP address, which actually is kind of interesting. I'm not 100% sure how to get that, but anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. Thanks a lot for joining, everybody. Hopefully it was fun. I know it was a little bit different than what I'd normally be doing, but yeah, I think it's kind of coming along as a nice project. That is a good point, Mike Swan. That's exactly where I should check, because Mac Lighting does do that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll talk to you all again, and see you. Bye bye.